God brought you to this point, but verse 14 of chapter 24 is what I want to read all the way to verse 15. Please come with me. I'm using, by the way, New International Version. So if those of you are using King James, you need to know how to follow me. Verse 14 says, "Now fear the Lord and serve him with all faithfulness. Throw away the gods, the little gods your forefathers worshipped beyond the river and in Egypt, and serve the Lord, Yahweh." The Lord there means Yahweh. Throw your idols away, the God you've made for yourself, the calves you've made. People have made God for themselves. In fact, people, I said last time, people have become God to themselves. How are you God? If you think that your way must hold against everybody's way and you are the right person when you are actually wrong. Now, if you are right, you are right. If you are wrong and you insisted that you are right because you are a disagreeable person, then you have become a God to yourself. And you can make anything into a God. Your job can become a God. Your business become a God. Your family can become a God. Your subject, your course of study in the university can become a God. Anything. You can make a God out of a human being. When you respect and honor him more than the living God, you have an idol in your hand. So he said, throw your idols away, your gods away. Throw it away. Verse 15. But if serving Yahweh Lord or the Lord seem undesirable to you, then choose for yourselves this day whom you will serve. The choice is yours. Make a choice. Who do you want to serve? You want to keep serving your little idol self? You want to serve your heroes, your political heroes, your financial heroes, your pastor heroes? Some pastors have become a little God to their members. If Almighty God says, don't do that, and your pastor, come on, do it, I tell you to do it, they do it. Your pastor can become your God. If you are to be praying in the name of your pastor, then your pastor has become a God to you. We only pray in the name of Almighty Jesus. Whether the God your forefathers served beyond the river, or the God of the Amorite in whose land you are living. Then Joshua concluded, but as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. We will serve the God of heaven. And last time when we came through here, we gave you some 5 propositions which we're looking into. And we said, just to help us back up again, that God made marriage and family institution. Therefore, he owns it. We don't have to go back through. He owns it. He made it. He owns it. We didn't make it. It was God's idea that human beings should be made. It was God's idea, not our idea. God created everything. Then he said, let's make man in our image. In the image of God, we want to make man. So it was God's idea, not man's idea. Number 2, he established marriage and family life for his own pleasure. Revelation chapter 4 verse 11 says, thou art worthy, O Lord, to receive honor and glory and power, for you have created all things for your pleasure, and for thy pleasure they are created. That means everything created was not created for man, but for God. The trees are created for God. I was created for God. You are created for God. So everything you have therefore, belongs to God. Your money, your time, your life, your aspiration, your position. Once you refuse God to have the ownership and preeminence of your life, then you have gotten an idol for yourself. Because everything was created for God, not for you. And you find a lot of people today running up and down. What do? They live their life as if they are the owner of their lives. Let me tell you this. Let me use myself. The day I will die, because you'll be afraid if I told you the day you will die. The day I will die, I will not take my house with me. I will not take one kobo from my account with me. My certificate that confused me for a while, that job that didn't allow me to serve God, I won't take it. Nothing. I will go the way I came. Maybe I should tell you now that the day you die, long time to come, I pray you won't die young. You will not die before your time. But write it down. The day you die, you will leave everything you met in this planet Earth for the owner of the planet. You will not go with anything. You wouldn't. In fact, the reason we will dig a grave and cover you is that your body is now smelling on us. We don't need it. Go and find heroes, the kings of the world, the chiefs, the shakers, the movers. When they die, I give them 25 years. You won't hear them again. That's to tell you that God owns this world. And when you are done, you are a tenant. You are just a tenant. You will leave Ileonile and come out. You know what is called Ileonile in Yoruba? Another man's house. You are a tenant in this planet Earth. When you are gone for good. Then you face the owner on the other side of the world, where you will render an account. How did you live your life? I really feel sorry for some people because they are very confused. They don't even believe they will die someday. They live their life as if they're in charge. They say, go take care of him. Go kill that guy. Go do such and such. And they move like they have all the power to live on this planet Earth. I give you some time. 10 years from now, Mr. Power, you won't be alive. 20 years from now, maybe even 50, but you'll be gone. Then you will face my Father, the God of this world. He will ask you, Mr. King, Mr. Power, Mr. I am the one who is in charge. How did you live the life I gave you? That's the second proposition. Now let's go to the third one. The third proposition, which I was going into before we stopped last time, is that the way family is designed is such that the partners or the participants are to enjoy it. The partners, the participants, the father, the mother, the husband, the wife, the children, they are supposed to enjoy the family union. You are supposed to enjoy it. You are supposed to be excited. The way God designed marriage, everyone's supposed to enjoy, be excited, be happy and joyful with thanksgiving. And say, yes, I am. If you are not enjoying your marriage, the purpose for which God established you and your wife and your husband and your children is failing. You have to be happy. I discovered that a lot of people are gloomy, doomy, and they're angry and bitter, and they fight, they quarrel. There's hardly any time. I have discovered some people, the only time they're ever happy is during the courtship. You know, during courtship time, that lady doesn't know you, you don't know that lady, and you are both pretending. You don't want to show each other your true color. You begin to behave like you are an angel and they're very nice with each other. And you know what happened? While you do that, there will be no problem at all. Then if they ask, if counsel